Hal Steinbrenner spoke to the media today. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all having a good day. You're all having a good week. We're almost at the end of the week. It's almost the weekend. We're about to see the first game of Yankees spring training games. Hopefully, you're all just as excited as I am. And before I begin, if you haven't yet, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Share this out with anyone you know. It would greatly be appreciated. I am on the road to 500 subscribers, and I would love to get there before the month ends. It would mean a lot to me. And I do appreciate it. All right. So Hal Steinbrenner has addressed the media, and he has acknowledged a lot of things. And he spoke a little bit about the team. So let's talk about it. All right. So he described the 2023 Yankees as a disaster and an embarrassment. And the fact that they finished fourth place in 2023 should be a big motivation for them for 2024. Okay. So he's saying that they have something to prove, and he is feeling pretty confident in how this team should perform. All right. He thinks that going into this year, it's a much different mindset in terms of adding more pitching to this team. With this current rotation, he says he does feel very good about it, but that he does look to continue to look for different options when it comes to pitching. But he is keeping in mind that where he is on the payroll, that any addition that they make is going to be costly. But again, he is considering any player as long as it's the right deal, and any recommendations that come from Brian Cashman. All right. So as Brian Cashman said last week, the pencils are now down. And as far as I'm concerned, the Yankees are not done making any moves, should they make any moves. All right. So they're still looking around to see who's available, who could be a possibility. All right. And he did acknowledge that he did speak to agents. He didn't really, but when he didn't mention Scott Boris's name as far as one of the agents that he spoke to. And he did mention as well that he is hesitant about giving up guys like Will Warren, Chase Hampton, Spencer Jones. He's reluctant on moving any of those guys in a trade. So, if you remember the Dylan Cease trade with the White Sox were asking for some of the top prospects, Spencer Jones being one of them. The Yankees said no. All right. And clearly Steinbrenner is making it known that these players that I mentioned are going to be part of the Yankees' future plans. And Hal Steinbrenner does want to build a team within the organization. And the Yankees have a lot of talent in their organization, just a deep amount of talent that they have not had in a really long time. All right. So, we'll see what moves the Yankees make, whether at this point, if they do decide to add a Blake Snell, I mean, who knows? There's been a lot of mixed reports coming out about that. Maybe Blake Snell at this point, maybe he gets signed by the Giants since they have one of their starters that just got hurt. Maybe he goes there, right? So maybe he makes a deal with the Mets since, the Mets starting pitcher Kodai Senga had dead arm issues apparently. So who knows, right? But again, Hal Steinbrenner is open to options. So we'll see about that. Also, he was asked about Juan Soto and said was very impressed with him, was excited to have him. He did admit that, trading some of the guys that he traded to get Juan Soto, yeah, it did hurt a little bit, but at the same time, it was necessary. He knew that a lefty bat such as Juan Soto was necessary, and a trade like that needed to happen. And, as far as Juan Soto potentially getting paid more than Aaron Judge, he did say that Aaron Judge probably wouldn't care if Juan Soto was to get more money than him. So, and 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 he shouldn't. Aaron Judge, in my opinion, should not care about a guy like Juan Soto who might get paid more than he does. I mean, after all, Juan Soto, not to take anything away from Judge, obviously, Judge is an incredible player. Juan Soto is a generational player. He's 25. All right, he's younger than Aaron Judge, so you could expect Juan Soto to get a big payday. And and Steinbrenner says he's a generational player, and he knows that whatever contract is going to be given out is going to be a big one, and we'll see what that number is going to be. And I have no doubt that Hal will, pay whatever Juan Soto wants. I really do. Juan Soto is probably going to be one of those players that Steinbrenner might just say, you know what, whatever you want, well, let's sign you back. All right. And in the offseason, he had his meeting with Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole. And it sounded like there was a lot of good conversation that came out of it. And he knows that there is a lot of pressure on him, on Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone, right? So after last year's performance, he knows that this year there's a lot of pressure on them, right? And this team needs to improve this year. So I'll post the article so you all could read it for yourselves and you could tell me what you think. All right. After reading what I read and what Hal Steinbrenner said, I am fully confident that he really does care about this team, even though some fans feel like he doesn't. But as I've said time and time again, no baseball owner wants their name getting dragged in the dirt, and they don't want their product going out, playing out there, and not playing good baseball, right? And especially when it's a team like the Yankees. And when you're Hal Steinbrenner, you're the owner. That is your team. You have to find ways to improve that team. And another thing that's worth mentioning too, and this was brought up by Uncle Tats from the Pinstripe Chronicles. He was telling me that he went to the game, the last game of the season at Yankee Stadium. It was absolutely empty. And to me, that's not a good sign. If I'm the owner of a baseball team, I never want to see that. So not a good look, right? Not a good look. So Hal Steinbrenner knows that changes needed to happen. I do feel as though he is in support of these changes, and he will listen in to anybody, well, particularly with Cashman, as far as what other improvements need to be made with this team. He does acknowledge that the payroll, it is what it is. They are where they are. So any addition that they make, it's going to cost them a lot of money. But if it's going to improve the team, he's going to sign up for it. Okay. And this is what we want out of our owner. This is what we want out of Hal Steinbrenner. So I do feel that he did step up this offseason. He finally buckled down and said, we need to make some things happen. And they have made it happen. The Yankees haven't wasted any time. All right. They made that offer to Blake Snell. Blake Snell rejected. Fine. They pivoted to Marcus Stroman. On top of Marcus Stroman, they made some other moves as well. So the Yankees this offseason, Hal Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman, did not waste any time. They didn't wait on one player to make a decision while other opportunities that were there, they didn't let that go away. They explored those opportunities and they seized those opportunities. So this is definitely a completely different offseason. How Steinbrenner approached this offseason, excellent. If you ask me, as far as a grade goes, what I would give this offseason for the Yankees, I would give it an A. They've made some great additions. It doesn't have to all be big names. It doesn't have to be big names because big names does not guarantee championships. You have to add the right pieces. Juan Soto, great name. Alex Verdugo, great name. Marcus Stroman, great name. Those are three good names that the Yankees have added, and they added other pieces to their team to help this team improve, to help this team play better. Okay, so Hal is feeling optimistic. I know the entire Yankees team is feeling optimistic. The fans are feeling a little more optimistic. I'm feeling more optimistic going into this 2024 season. I'll close it out with this. I like what Hal Steinbrenner has said, and I hope for years to come, he continues with this same approach and he stays consistent with this. All right. And I believe he will. So we'll see what happens, though. Right. We'll see what happens once the season begins. Everything, games need to be played. And we'll see at the end of 162 games how this team does. All right. That's all I got for now. I wanted to share this news with you, and I wanted to give you my thoughts. All right. So I want to hear from you. Let's load up the comments. Tell me what you think. Whether you agree with what Hal said or disagree with what Hal said. Do you believe in what Hal said? All right. Let's load up the comments. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share this channel out with anyone you know. It would greatly be appreciated. And if any other news comes out, I'm definitely going to let you know. And I'll see you all next time.